And the very best of luck. Now, time for us to pay a visit to Brickfield, where someone is celebrating a significant birthday. Let's go. Oh, you had my finger up your nose then. The barber shop's still open.
Ah, yeah, cost cutting, I think.
No, it's hair.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
By the way, who is 50?
It's not Eric.
Oh.
Although I will tell you who it is.
Oh, who is it?
Who is it, Eric?
It's Barbie.
It's Barbie.
Yes. In 1959, she arrives on the scene. She's introduced at the New York Fair, and Elliot and Ruth Handel were her creators. Let me just say that she's gone on from there. I mean, the early ones got the ponytail, and I hate to admit it, but when I go to car booths, I look at Barbies. They give me some very strange looks. But either way, you've got in 1971 we've got Malibu Barbie, but before then, in '62, a different hair, a bubble cut she's sporting there. And what's important is that these are, in actual fact, limited editions. These are later editions. They're not actually period. 1977, if I can tell you, that you've got Superstar Barbie. So they do say that there are every second. They sell 3 Barbies. In other words,
someone like
exactly.
Angela.
Yes, indeed.
So when did you start collecting?
I started collecting when I was 20.
What was the first one that you got?
It was the Christmas... This one, Happy Holidays.
Yeah.
They really started to focus on adult collectors, and they focused on the whole Christmas theme, festive theme. And I just read somewhere, well, actually in Vogue, and they said, if you do one thing this Christmas, put it under your bed, leave it for 20 years, it'll be worth some money.
Is it worth some money now?
Well, these are very much, you know, it's a question of watch this space, isn't it, really? Yes. I mean, the thing is, they reckon that there are more Barbies out there than there are people in America. Okay? Huge. This is a business that turns over something like between $2 and $3 billion a year. It's big business. And they make so many, and some of them are extremely limited editions. So there is that huge global demand.
Keep them in the box.
Keep them in the box, no matter what you do.
What is Barbie's full name?
Barbie Millicent Roberts.
Named after the daughter of
Ruth Handler's daughter.
Yeah.
And surprise, surprise, their son, this is the Handles, isn't it?
Yes.
Ruth and Elliot Handel's son was called Ken.
So
keep it in the family, so to
Barbie
speak.
and Ken.
Lovely,
They are
thank you
beautiful.
very much indeed.
Angela, thank you very much indeed.
You're very welcome.
I think there's another customer coming.
There is
Yes,
a customer
let's
coming,
meet
is
him.
there not?
Here he comes. The door that rings without actually having to get into Barbie.
You've never been 6 millimetres high before, have you, Brian?
No, I can't get down that high.
Look at these, exactly.
Oh,
Hey.
wow.
You are boys, something for the boys. You've had these since when?
I would say about nearly 60 years now, I suppose, getting on that sort of time, probably from the mid-50s or so.
Because they date from around about 1953, 1955, or thereabouts.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you something, Brian, you were a very careful boy, weren't you?
I was very lucky to keep these in the original box.
Exactly. And that makes such a big difference, because I can tell you now that if you wanted to go and buy these days, certainly from a dealer, you're not going to buy them for less than £1,000.
Really?
Wow. So thank goodness you kept them in the box.
Paying dividends for
Well
being
done.
a very careful child. Right, I'm going to look after these because we've got another customer coming in.
All right.
Thank you very much
We'll let
indeed.
you, where are your next customer? Come on.
Thank you,
Let's see.
Brian.
Is this Jay?
There
we are.
Good
Hello, Jay.
morning.
Hello.
Come and stand around the
That's
other side of the
right.
counter there.
Now,
My
what do we
sister
say?
has a bear like this. She's called Sally.
You're
Is
Philip,
she
aren't you?
really?
Yes.
This is Philip.
Yes, she smells exactly the same.
And this was your bear as a boy?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And,
What's his name?
It hasn't got a name.
Oh,
bear, didn't he?
The bear
But
with
he's
no
got,
name.
you feel that little pad there? Would have been a growler originally. But I mean, I can say that this poor little fella, he's been cuddled to death.
Yeah,
you were
he's had
always
that
a
long.
serious cuddler as a child. Date-wise, he is probably, again, he's early 1950s. So it's a well-worn phrase, but when it comes to value...
Well, there is another bear that's going up for auction.
Oh yes, there is, and I just have to have him here. Sentimental value at the end of it. But the other bear, if I can just show you, is a bear I can identify. This is Teddy Bear from Andy Pandy.
shall we just see him in action
Well,
first?
I mean, we can try. Yes, let's see him.
Yes, let's see him in action.
Walking round the garden like a teddy bear. 1 step, 2 step, jumping in the air.
And this this is the one.
This is the one. I mean, I know this little man because the lady who used to operate him was called Audrey Atterbury, and her son Paul Atterbury, who's my roadshow colleague, was given. Well, his mother was given this. The other one, by the way, is in the Bethnal Green Toy Museum. So it's coming up for sale at Bonham's on the 19th of May.
How much is he expected to pay?
At least £3,000.
Wow.
He's in perfect condition. It's
He
restrained, but
does,
that's it.
yes, bless him. But I mean, I knew Audrey Atterbury long
Yeah.
before I knew Paul.
What a lovely thing to finish on today.
What a lovely
Thank
little fella.
you.
Thanks, Eric.
Very much indeed.
See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye.